incredible players.
Hi, Becca. They're saying the music is really loud, and I'm not sure they heard very much of what you said just then. So you might want to just have fun and do it again and turn down the music.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was perfect, but
it was really beautiful, and you can do it again.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes.
God damn it.
Apparently they can hear us now. Y'all, look, it's amazing. Chaosium, awesome. Go to their website, use the discount. Yay for our next season.
You were doing so good, and we were trying so hard.
I just thought you were encouraging me because my Zoom is way over there. Okay, well, what I said was chaosium.com, it's great. Okay, on with our story.
Shout out to patrons.
Yes.
Thank
if you want to shout them out so they can hear them.
Yeah.
But that's your thing. You do you, Becca. It's not my turn.
I'm done. We're just going to play the game now, y'all. We're going to play the game, and I'm going to murder my friends, and it's going to be great.
No,
I'm just kidding. You saw how big this book is. I held it up many times, and you couldn't hear the many words I said about it, but they were excellent. It captured your music audio. Wait, so like I was muted? Help me out here. I need to know what happened. Anyway, this is a show, and we're gonna do a great
but this is your show, Becca. This is a beautiful show, and
beautiful.
we want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you have to say. So let's jump back in. First things first, we need to reintroduce these incredible characters. There is a whole other 4-part scenario. That is actually a pre-written scenario called Genius Loki, where the 3 of you investigated the Danvers Lunatic Asylum. But this is not that. This is massive Nyarlathotep America. And so we will re-meet this group that has been brought together under the auspice of a covert organization called Sorority of the Unordinary. And say that 10 times fast, yes. And
I do every night.
After let's re-meet. Starting with Paula Deming. Who are you playing?
Did you say me?
Am I very quiet to you? Is this better?
You froze out at the exact
We just
moment.
had like a tiny glitch, that's all.
Okay. Oh, speaking of glitches.
Love live streams.
Pardon
Me
every...
too.
Oh, gosh, we got it. I need to have a backup of...
but now...
good.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, friends... We're all friends here. And all right, let's start with...
Y'all, please support the Patreon. We need funds for our tech issues. We need funds so we can all be in one place together. Look at, we are struggling. Support us financially.
We need to get like a collar and chain for whatever Cthulhu monster is chewing on all of our wires.
Yes.
All right, let's meet these characters. First up, Paula Deming playing Peterson Langley. Tell us all about Peterson and yourself.
Hello. Yes. Well, my name is Paula Deming. I make the board game sketch comedy series, Things Get Dicey. I also contribute to the YouTube channel Watch It Played, and I stream board games and video games here on Twitch on my own channel, Paula Deming, as well as for Gen Con TV and for Watch It Played. And I've got like a creepy podcast called Death by Monsters. So listen to that. It's perfect. And I do a board game podcast called This Game's Broken and other things. But those are the ones I'm going to talk about right now. Because let's get into Peterson. If you haven't met Peterson before, Peterson is a medical doctor. And I attended Princeton. Now, look, some people like to say that Princeton doesn't have a school of medicine, but it's that elite that most people don't know it exists. But I'm here to tell you because I have a degree from there. I have a PhD.
It's a secret society of...
And doctor. I'm multiple kinds of doctors. Look, Paula's not as smart as Peterson is what we're trying to say, but
MD, PhD is a thing.
Okay. Sure. I'm an MD. Look, it's fine. Everything is going fine. Okay. I believe in science. I'm obsessed with cryogenics, and yeah, I think those are the most important things about me at the moment. I take notes in my journal, and you can refer to me as he, as she, as they. It does not matter to me. Everything is everything, and yeah, that's me.
Everything is everything. Let's meet
It's the scientific.
Let's meet Joe Reeves.
Hello, I'm Gina DeVivo, and tonight I'm going to be playing Joe Reeves. A little bit about me, you can find me all over the internet. Just follow me at Pocket Gina. I do weird things. I craft, I do these. I love them. Check me out. But tonight, I'm playing Joe. She's an archaeologist, but her main gig is being a ladies' woman and being very fierce with her friends and being a bit of a risk taker. She doesn't tend to think things through. When last we met Joe, she was a bit of a scoundrel, maybe had a bit of a drinking problem while it was illegal. And but this is a new and improved Joe. Joe is got her clothes together this time, and maybe her life. But more importantly, she's just very excited to get back to what she does truly love most, and that is fixing chaos while being a part of chaos with her friends.
Yes, thank you, Gina. And last but not least, and please keep it short because everyone, Bridgett is so wonderful to be here. She's got a touch of laryngitis she's getting over, so we will try and not make her talk too much. Bridgett Jeffries playing Millie Green. Tell us about Bridgett and tell us about Millie.
Yes, hello. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be back. I just left Origins Game Fair. Blew my voice out the entire con. So Millie is going to be on the quiet side today. So there'll be a lot of bouncing in my seat and nonverbal communications. But hi, I'm Bridgett Jeffries. I'm going to make this super quick. If you like horror role-playing games, I own Symphony Entertainment. You can go to symphonyentertainment.com. If you would like to write community content for Chaosium on the Miskatonic Repository, email me at bridget@chaosium.com. And if you would like to hear me ramble on a podcast, I am on the Miskatonic University podcast at mu-podcast.com. I am playing Millie Green. She is a Baton Rouge street criminal with a heart of gold and apparently laryngitis today. The last couple of months, she's been hanging out with the world's favorite NPC, Linda, and they probably got into some things that maybe snatched her voice. Maybe she was screaming. We don't really know, but we're going to be doing a lot of this today.
You might have been performing rituals in Linda Lovewing's basement of the boarding house in the city of Danvers, where you spent your holidays and recuperated from the events of meeting a Loigor face to face, an ancient monster living in a lake, which you saved some innocent asylum residents from facing the true fate that Loigor really wanted them to suffer. So that called for some fun rituals between a few lovely witches, one of them an octogenarian. and I would like to hear what Peterson and Joe were up to, because our last scenario took place in the fall of 1924. And if that wasn't the year I said then, we're redlining it, and it is now, because now we're past the holidays in 1925. But I'd like to hear what happened in those few months of recuperation, gaining back a few points of sanity. What about Joe?
Well, as our patrons might have heard, wink, wink, go check out the Patreon because we have an after show.
Nice plug.
Thank you. Joe had decided that she was going to go and visit her first love back in Hollywood. So she had some real good R&R. And it may or may not have been quite secretive, as their relationship is not quite public. So let's just say a really nice bungalow was rented, and leave it at that.
An excellent bungalow is all you really need for perfect holidays.
It's the best way to get sanity points back.
Sponsored
Rent
by
a bungalow.
That is fair, and therefore I have granted you some amount of sanity regain, which we discussed earlier, whatever I said. Peterson, what have you been doing to recuperate?
Oh, yes. Well, first I spent just a little bit of time back in my at my family estate, because the holidays, and there is a bit of an obligation there, appearances to be maintained, especially as the only living twin of the offspring of my parents. And so if I'm not there, then everyone is like, oh no, what's wrong with Penny? Why isn't she here? And so I go. But then I also, after reconnecting with Larry after the Danvers incident, I spent a lot of time just in Larry's library, studying, talking to Larry, a real renewed vigor for cryogenics and discovering the feasibility of such a science, and just spent a lot of time digging into that and really studying that and trying to get a better grasp on what it would take to truly be successful in that field. And that's where I was actually when I received a telegram that I believe is going to take me to New York, if we're ready to discuss that.
Please, our viewers can see it on their screen. Peterson, why don't you go ahead and read what you've received?
Oh, yes. It says, have information concerning Carlyle Expedition, stop. Need reliable investigative team, stop. Meet January 15th, New York, stop. Jackson Elias. Dated January 3rd. So I guess I have just under 2 weeks to prepare for a trip to New York.
You do, and I'd like to find out what you would like to do to prepare for your trip. But each of you receive a similar telegram. Joe, yours is forwarded to your bungalow on the West Coast from your mysterious benefactor, the woman that connects all of the members of the Sorority of the Unordinary. She's sort of your Charlie of Charlie's Angels. Receives missives from various places through the connections the sorority has to the dark underbelly, to solving those things that don't make sense to the general public. And of course, you left your forwarding information only for emergencies, and you received this telegram as well. Millie, you received it at Linda Lovewing's boarding house in Danvers. And each of you has a unique connection to your friend Jackson Elias. He is an author who lives in New York City. Well, doesn't exactly live. He's more of a gallivanting, world-traveling author, and has an obsessive passion for learning all he can and exposing cult rituals from all over the world. Paula is nodding, perhaps because a different character of hers, Miranda may have met Jackson Elias.
I was like, why does his name sound so familiar to me? That's why.
That is because he was an NPC that guided you. If anybody wants to watch the Calyx Peru chapters, not necessary to understand what's going on here. Obviously, 2 of our players were not there. That is the chapter 0. The only thing you take away is that you know Jackson Elias, he is your friend, and you can trust him. I mean, he's a lovely man. He's adventurous. He's spirited. He's also wild and harebrained. He flirts with disaster and courts mayhem, all in the name of his next mind-shattering novel or nonfiction book. He's written several of these about cults, both generally and specific factions around the world. Joe, you've read you've read some of his books, and your first communication with him was a professional one because you were seeking advice about headhunter cults in the Amazon basin before you traveled there, because you read his first book, Skulls Along the River, written in 1910.
Oof. Skulls Along the River. He was also the one that taught me how to flirt with mayhem.
Ooh. That's right. Yeah. That's a whole nother story that would happen on that
and that was
riverboat.
also a burlesque dancer, not the actual. It's complicated.
Named River. Love that. Obviously, a fast friendship developed there, as it does with most people that meet Jackson Elias Peterson. You've even patched him up. He returned from Bengal, and before he wrote his 1918 book, Sons of Death, about modern-day Thuggees in India, he had infiltrated their cult for over a year before he was found out and stabbed in the abdomen, where he was flown back and met you, the best in the biz. At the time, I think you were still a student at Princeton Medical at the time, but
yes, and that's how you know I'm the best in the biz, is because only certain people even know that there's a medical school program at Princeton, and if you know, then you know it's the place to send someone who has an injury that maybe shouldn't be public knowledge as to how it was received. And actually, Jackson is who introduced me to our contact at the Sorority of the Unordinary. So impressed was he with my skill and knowledge. And we talked a lot about disproving cults because they're not based in science.
Absolutely. That was the reason why. And you did it with grace and fortitude. Oh, goodness me. I'm sharing too much because this artwork is, it's all right. But just so you can see his book titles there, you really just kind of giving you a flavor of how you know him in the top part. Anyway, so he calls the three of you his good luck charms. Millie, he met you when through some friends. He was passing through New Orleans and was investigating to see if there was a book to be written, was stopping in all of the occult shops, and you struck up a conversation with him, and he was really taken with Millie's no-nonsense attitude and ability to kind of like see to the heart of someone immediately upon meeting them, and traveled along with you to sort of see if the people he thought might be leading cults were indeed genuine, and yeah, you helped him there. So he doesn't stay in one place for long, but you find it strange. You do know every time that he has been in New York, he has been at the place that he mentions in his... did he say where to meet? New York is all he said. You do know that he often stays at a place called the Chelsea Hotel in Manhattan. And you may call him to get more, see if you can find out more about why he wants you to go or to meet him there, or you can just go to New York on the 15th. Is there anything anyone would like to do before heading to New York?
I would like to actually place a call to Jackson. And I will say on the call, Jackson, I don't need you to explain anything.
Let's see if you can get through to him.
Oh,
first
a fair
roll
point.
of the game. Let's see.
Boy.
If you are calling to get a hold of him, he's usually out and about. Whatever it is that has got him riled up, needing investigative teams to come visit him in New York. He's gone most of the day doing so. So what I'm going to need from you is a roll for, I don't know, I think it might be just straight luck unless you have something else you'd like to roll.
Let's just see if there's anything I can justify because I'm so unlucky. They're probably... Would my psychology let me know when he might be at home? It's a stretch.
A hard psychology roll.
It's 3 points better than my luck, so we're gonna go with it. I rolled a 78, so absolutely not.
You call the Chelsea Hotel, and you do get the operator at the hotel.
Yes.
Front desk, Chelsea Hotel.
Yes, I am calling to speak to a Jackson Elias. Could you connect me to his room, please?
Oh, Jackson. Yes, he's been staying here. I always love when he's in town. He is such a flirt, that one. But, no, he left in a brusque manner this morning, and he hasn't returned.
Could you leave a message? Take a message to deliver to him for me, please.
Well, I suppose I could. This isn't... well, you're not dating him, are you?
Oh, no.
Oh, all right.
Don't worry about that. No,
it's just a friendly... I mean, I'm a professional.
It's an academic. No, it's an academic message. It
in that case, I'd be
a
happy to take a message.
Nature at all. Yes, very good. Just say that Peterson Langley called.
P.L. call.
Yes. And if he could get in touch with me, I'm with Larry. He'll know who that is and what the number is. I am prepared to arrive in New York. If there's any research or books that he would like me to bring with me to be extra prepared for whatever he needs, to just let me know and I will pack them. And if not, no need to call. If no news is no news, and I will just arrive with nothing.
All right, I've got it.
Oh, thank you.
P.L. Larry research call.
Great. I'm sure he'll know what that means.
He's a smart man. I'm sure he will. Anyway, we've got a guest. Goodbye.
Good luck with your flirting.
What is Joe doing during this time?
Good luck with your flirting is the best way to end a phone call.
I thought you said learning. Oh, yeah,
no,
that's great.
Good luck with your flirting.
I don't think she's doing a ton of learning. Well, she's learning about Jackson, so good luck with that, too.
I think when we cut to Joe, she is already asleep with her hat dipped a little over her eyes on a train car, and her feet up on the same bag we saw from before. She doesn't call ahead. She's been invited. Let's see what's in New York. I got a couple of days.
You've got a long train ride back to the East Coast.
Yeah. Oh, then you know what? My train. We see that we're on the train, and the conductor will say like, next stop, Massachusetts, because I think I'm going to meet up with, I think I'm going to surprise you and meet up with Minnie.
Next stop, Danvers, Massachusetts. Exit now, Danvers. Wake up if you're asleep on the train car. There's the guy walking through, taking people's feet off the back of the seat cars. Danvers.
Hey, thanks. Here. And I kind of slap like a quarter in his hand.
It's my lucky day. And he flips it as he continues walking. Danvers, next up.
I get to see Miss Minnie, so it's my lucky day too. And then I'm just strolling off. Oh, it's beautiful and hideous, and I remember everything, and I love it.
We cut to the boarding house. You're already in the living room. It's tea and biscuits have been served by Linda, who kissed your face a million times and was so happy to see you. Was already making her
I've got like a
tea.
million little like lipstick kisses all over me.
Oh, yeah.
Jealous.
Oh, of course she puts on lipstick every morning. Sorry,
yes.
Peterson. I got more for you in a moment. You've been researching. We'll get back to that. All right. And then Millie is, of course, sitting having tea with you, also being doted on, also being brought an herbal tea by Linda Lovewing.
Joe!
So that's how you lost your voice. What an excellent story.
Oh, my goodness.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
Good story. Hugs, kisses all around. Millie will explain. I'm awfully disappointed that this invitation couldn't have come before the New York Christmas. Those New Yorkers in the winter are infamous for losing things out of their pockets. I could have made a fortune in this 2 weeks, but c'est la vie, here we are after the fact.
Well, wouldn't it be better since everyone's going to be walking around with what they got for Christmas?
Half the tourists are going to be on their way home.
Oh.
Can I get some more honey in this tea, sweetie?
Oh, Millie, you know when I make my quart tea. You must drink up every last drop, because you know I put special herbal ingredients that will help you in whatever adventures you naughty ladies get into next.
As if she's heard that same line every day for the past 2 months. Yes, ma'am.
But then she comes and she brings the honey and sets it in front of you, just like every day for the past 2 months. Nice. It's losing some of its benefits.
Who knew you could build up a tolerance to this stuff?
Would you like a glass, darling? Here.
No.
I insist.
Thank you.
I absolutely insist. And I tell you what, having non-diluted without the honey, I'm sure it'll be an enjoyable experience for you. As she's preparing this cup with this look on her face like, see, you came down here trying to be slick. That's what you get.
Now, I know I shouldn't ask you, ladies in your mysterious organization, but what kind of adventure are you off to in New York?
I don't know. I mean, I was planning on getting there a few days ahead of schedule. I've never been to New York. Weird, right? I know. I prefer to travel outside of the United States, but I think New York is one I should hit.
Oh.
I don't love cold.
No, you're not missing much. I find New Yorkers to be extremely rude people. Not like Danvers people. Danvers people and the Historical Society. Here is a place where there's a neighborhood. And especially since what you've done with the asylum, well, people are moving back.
That's great. That's really good to hear, Linda.
Millie, you've made a few friends, and our witch circle is expanding.
I'll do some soft recruiting while I'm out that way. I promise, Miss Linda.
Oh, good. Yes. Oh, and if you want, well, I could make a few packets of tea to bring along, sachets, just for if you meet someone that you think is deserving of friendship. It's the best way, I found.
If it wouldn't be too much trouble, I would be much obliged.
No trouble at all. As you dine with Millie,
I just lean over to Millie and just much obliged and just do a little Linda impression to try to make you giggle.
As you start chatting, about catching up, what you've been doing, Linda is snoring loudly on the couch with a cup of tea on her little pouch belly. And we pop back over.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Just, have you heard much from Peterson lately?
Ooh, dissolve. Back to Peterson. Peterson, after you didn't...
Sudden feeling someone was just talking about me.
Your ears do indeed burn as you stare at the telegram that is a mystery to you. Yeah. This investigative team needed concerning Carlyle Expedition. And being the researcher that you are, naturally, you look it up.
Yeah.
You want to learn a little more.
I need to know. I haven't heard back from Jackson yet, but I should probably do some sort of preparation, because who knows if Millie and Joe will show up knowing anything.
You actually, in Larry's library, find newspaper clippings in an archive, mysterious findings, and Larry does have one clipping available that seems notable.
From 1919. Roger Carlyle, the playboy whom everybody knows or knows about, is quietly leaving New York tomorrow to check out the tombs of Egypt. I wonder if Joe knows him. You've seen the cuties Roger has found in the night spots. Who can doubt he'll dig up someone or something equally fabulous from the Egyptian sands? A playboy becoming an archaeologist. That sure seems strange. Does Joe know Roger Carlyle? Playboy. Oh, okay.
Naturally, you find that strange for the reasons you've just said, and you look further into it. Once you know what to cross-reference and look more into Roger Carlyle, you find even more information about this expedition that embarked for London, led by Roger Carlyle, aboarded a British steamship, and the expedition first took place in London under a place called the Penhew Foundation. You find all this in the New York Pillar Post, back dated the same month, the same year, April 1919. The party with Mr. Carlyle was announced at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel, and he, being a playboy, has a rather bad reputation in the eyes of Manhattanites, very much in the gossip columns. But the members of the expedition have not been telling why they want to go to Egypt, and the other expedition members are also mentioned in this same newspaper clipping. There's an Egyptologist, Aubrey Penhew, in charge of the excavations.
The Penhew Foundation. Okay, that there's a connection there, I'm assuming.
You're already detecting. Robert Houston, the doctor, a fashionable Freudian psychologist, to accompany the expedition to pursue some parallel research in pictographs, or at least this article says so. And then,
why would a Freudian psychologist be interested in pictographs? Oh, so many questions. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, what's next?
Then finally, Hypatia Masters, linked in the past to Carlyle, very often in the gossip columns as you flip through this scrapbook and see other mentions. She is a photographer. And then there's the intimate to Mr. Carlyle, Mr. Jack Brady, who accompanies the group as General Factotum.
Intimate, so just the entourage, I suppose.
Precisely. Yes, you know that to mean a sort of body man, or to be implied. And that's what you find in your research thus far about a Carlyle, a famous Carlyle, and you assume to be this expedition.
Right. Interesting.
The three of you travel to New York City. Obviously, you've communicated with one another and with your handler at the sorority, who has set you up in a Manhattan hotel. What type of hotel do you think they would stay in?
Hopefully one with room service. That's all I'm going to say.
Probably like middle of the road, like a normie hotel, like nothing too garbagey, right? But nothing too fancy, because you want to blend in as much as possible, I would think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there's the New Grand Hotel. This is pretty pricey. You could rent a room, basically, less of a hotel and more of a more permanent residence. Then there's the Broadway Central Hotel, run by the entrepreneur Manischewitz, and a reputation for its opulent banquets. For the Plaza Hotel is a little out of your price range. The Alcazar Hotel is a less salubrious establishment. It's kind of where the bootleggers and people on the wrong side of the law like to stay. Any of those sound interesting?
I like Manischewitz wine, so
Perfect.
stay there.
That one.
The Broadway Central Hotel. All right, 673 Broadway is where the three of you meet in 3 adjoining rooms with in a corner of the floor where they all share a bathroom, and you're reunited.
Oh, Joe, Millie, it is
Dr. P!
Mary. Oh, hi.
Mwah, 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 mwah,
Hi.
mwah. That's from Miss Linda.
Oh, you saw Linda?
You two have lipstick marks all over your face.
Well, thank you. And Millie, you seem quiet. Are you not feeling well? Should I I'm just immediately like doing like a temperature check and like
Peterson,
a follow my
very kind.
finger,
It's
eyes,
fine.
and like getting out, digging into my bag for a stethoscope and, you know, all these things.
Oh, when Peterson digs into the bag for the stethoscope, she is going to see if she can get a peek down their shirt just to see if Peterson is still wearing something.
Sounds weird, but it's not.
Sounds weird, but it's not.
Is Peterson still wearing the gree bag around their neck?
Yes. It would be hidden. You wouldn't notice unless you are looking for it. But yes, absolutely.
So Millie doesn't say anything. Once she sees it on them, she'll just acknowledge it, and she will kind of touch her new gree bag that her sister sent her up from Baton Rouge, and then she'll just allow Peterson to go through this whole process that she already knows is, I need rest, hot water, and a lozenges, and it'll be fine in 3 days. But Millie will let them go through the whole process patiently.
Listen and breathe. Mm-hmm. Oh, I hear. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Well, you're gonna need just some rest, hot, soothing liquids, and just speak as little as possible. Doctor's orders. I know it. You know, just please try.
And she will bow and very quickly try to get away from this doctoring, affectionately.
Excellent.
I'll take that hint and kind of put my arm around Peterson and like be shuffling them to their room and like, so what'd you bring? What do you got? You got books? I knew you'd get books. And just like just shuffling them back to their room.
Yeah, and I will start to fill in on just immediately diving in. Not a lot of time for pleasantries and catching up as far as Peterson's concerned. Immediately going into the research I'd done on the Carlyle Expedition, you know, all the people who were on the trip, and I was saying, Joe, did you know Roger Carlyle? You've been?
Wait. Carlyle? This is about the Robert Carlyle? Egypt Robert Carlyle? With Jack Brady?
Yes. So you do know.
And I kick your door open a little bit, just like.
I did not mean to upset you, Joe. I'm very sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
I wondered if you knew him because he was a playboy, but he went to Egypt. Oh,
yeah, he says that.
Oh, please, what? Did he not go to Egypt?
I don't know. He says a lot of things. I've caught him on a couple of things.
I think definitely, knowing his reputation, there is plenty of room for doubt.
Yes, that's all I'm saying. There's plenty of room for doubt. Like, just some of the things he gets and brings back and are like, ooh, I found this in a tomb. He could have got it at a gift shop. I'm just saying, the man could be an antiquer and not an archaeologist.
Absolutely. Now, you definitely know of Roger Carlyle. You've met him. You've seen him crowding up, you know, the minds of Egyptologists that should be paying attention to actual research.
Soft hands. And let me tell you, and she like puts her hands to your face. Do these feel soft?
No, they're rough. They're very rough, Joe. Please don't touch
the hand of an archaeologist.
Joe, please give me a roll for library use to see if there is more that you have heard about the Carlyle Expedition.
No, dang it!
With a bonus die given the fact that you are an Egyptologist.
Okay! Huzzah! Okay.
Be better.
Oh, so much better. Yes, that is a hard success.
Yes.
Then naturally, you may know that your opinions on Carlyle being a complete liar are somewhat controversial given the fact that the entire expedition is reportedly dead. There were newspaper articles talking about how the expedition was lost in Africa, you know, how they were doing, what was happening, and then feared lost. Another article from the post, the pillar, the repost. Would you like to read this to the group?
Yes. So this is what I'm saying. Okay, okay, perfect. You brought it. Yes. Okay. Uplands Police representatives today asked for public assistance concerning the possible disappearance of Carlyle Expedition. No word on the party has been received in nearly 2 months. The group includes wealthy playboy Roger Carlyle and 4 other American citizens, as well as Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penrue of the United Kingdom. Now, she actually pretty dope, but like, and the expedition left, I should know how to say that, but I don't.
Nairobi,
thank you very much. Nairobi on August 3rd, ostensibly on safari, but rumor insisted that they actually were after legendary biblical treasures. Told you, he is a treasure stealer and antiquer. Carlyle and his party reportedly intended to explore portions of the Great Rift Valley to the northwest of Nairobi. And let me tell you, he's a I'm going to take this back to my museum kind of guy.
Very much so. And that is what you are aware of. There is other hearsay that there were bodies found potentially, but you didn't see an official funeral by the Carlyle family, whose Carlyle estate
they
is in New York.
Him.
So it does seem like there maybe isn't all the information in what you've seen in the press.
Just saying, he shouldn't be getting this much words about him in history.
Absolutely. Let's say that today is the night. It's the 14th when you first book in to your hotel, and you're welcome to spend a night on the town. You're welcome to try and call once again. Did Peterson ever call back to try and get in touch with Jackson again?
Just assumed that Jackson got the message, and that no call back meant that he didn't want me to prepare anything specific, and just kind of did my own digging, but assumed no news meant nothing extra was needed, so has not attempted to call back.
You did get a message while you were out that Larry took for you. He said, "This is Jackson Elias, and there's nothing you need to know that I could say over the phone. I just need you to come to the Chelsea Hotel, room 410, at 8 p.m. on January 15th.
Well, we have approximately 24 hours until we need to meet Jackson. I have had a message from him, room 410, 8 p.m. tomorrow. Should we break into an insane asylum for old time's sake?
Actually, I got to use that phone.
Oh, okay.
You do so. Who do you call?
There's a couple of people I need to call. First, I'm going to call my friend Janet. She lives in London, and she's the other person that anytime there's news about C in the news, we call each other to talk some shit.
You ring her up. Darling, what time of day is it for you?
New York time, baby. And I need your help because you know who is in the news again. And all I'm gonna say is, what have you heard on your end? Because he keeps popping up, taking all the credit.
Oh dear, you didn't hear?
Hear what?
No. Oh, we can't possibly gossip any more about him. No,
Why?
They were massacred. The entire expedition.
No.
They were found. Yes, Reuters reported it. The expedition, all of them. I mean, Hypatia was a dear friend. It's so hard to believe. I attended the funeral of Dr. Penhew myself.
You got confirmation on the bodies?
Oh no, there was no body, there was no casket at all. It was just a sort of statue. Very sad, really. No, they were...
You got a statue?
Brutally brutalized, from what I heard. The remains were strewn about in the deep reaches of a forest. They found bodies.
They found a forest? A forest in Egypt?
They found a silk cravat. Only Sea would wear such things in the heat of Egypt.
Okay.
I'm so sorry to tell you.
No. It's not you. It's not you, Janet. I just, we got the news out here too. I just, you never, I don't trust anything from that guy. He's a liar and a scoundrel and I don't like him.
A terrible fop, even when he's dead, but I'll only say it to you.
Thank you, Janet. That makes me feel better.
Darling, what else? How was your holiday?
I'm so sorry. Is this conversation happening in a place where we could hear it, or
yeah,
is it like I'm
walking. I'm pacing because it's attached to the wall. It's just that little.
I think it's I've got the hallway by your rooms. I think that there wouldn't be a phone in every room.
No, I'm definitely in the hall.
But if we had like the door open, or even if you were talking loudly. But it sounds like you probably aren't. But we could be listening in if we wanted to.
I didn't. I was like, I need the phone. Grab the phone. You're still standing there. And I've been just like chatting next to you. Right, cool. So bodies, the stupid cravat, they a statue.
Terribly frustrating. Well,
it's good to hear from you. I'm thank you for letting me call.
Yes, of course. Yes, it's midnight my time and there was no party. So I've got cucumbers on my eyelids and I've already got my hair in curls all pinned back for the evening.
Have a midnight martini for me, darling.
Oh, I'm already having 3.
All right, kiss. Send my love to Fluffy.
Fluffy is I've replaced Fluffy and new Fluffy.
Why do you keep getting new butlers? Yes. The last one was fine.
Well, she dives into a long story about how she's had a few exploits with all of her butlers. It's not the butler's fault, but she can't really keep them on for too long because her husband gets terribly upset when he finds out.
So what's this new one's name?
Fluffy. I call them all Fluffy.
Oh, you... Easy to keep track of, darling.
I've already got the name badge built, so why would we make another?
It's true. All right. Well, have a wonderful, blissful sleep.
Same to you.
I do that to the phone, like, mwah, mwah.
Peterson will just turn to Millie and be like, she's kissing the phone. I'm not sure what that's about, but that's I've been reporting back as I've been listening, and this is the most important thing. She's kissing the phone. I don't understand.
Millie's like listening to her aggravation in the hallway, and this whole I can hear what's being said, but Peterson keeps coming back and forth. She is sitting on the edge of the bed with a new cup of Linda's tea, and this is like the funniest thing that's happened to her in the last 30 minutes. She's like, this is phenomenal. In total silence, just
something about a statue. Oh, no bodies? I don't know. Fluffy? A dog, maybe? I'm not sure.
A butler?
Yeah, definitely a butler. I come back in. Confirmed dead. She's been to the many funerals. I feel sorry for the girl. 3 martinis in. Must have had a really nice day.
Confirmed dead.
Well, no bodies. But she did use the word massacre. Their remains were found, but not bodies. But they got a statue.
Remains were found, but not bodies. That seems
contradictory,
I'll say, but I will jot it down.
That's what I'm saying. See? No, but Janet was pretty distraught. Some of the people on that expedition are not like Carlyle.
I'm sorry.
I just hate saying his name.
We could call him something else.
I just call him C. I call him C.
Yeah.
Makes it easier.
C.
It's quick. It's in and out. I don't feel like I have a gag reflex. And yeah.
C it is. Old C.
Old C.
That guy.
Yeah.
You are in New York City, and this is the very first time Joe has spent any time here. You are in Manhattan, you are on Broadway, you have a meeting tomorrow night at 8 p.m., but would you like to spend a night on the town?
I would.
Joe, where would you like to go?
Oh, Millie is already pulling coats out, jackets out, scarves out. She already has an outfit ready for Joe. I mean, out of Joe's bag. Peterson, she's doing the just fix the bow tie and.
Yes.
I love it. Makeover
like,
moment.
Should I?
I feel like there's a lot of feathers, a lot of like rich, thick fabrics.
It's New York in the wintertime.
How do you want to wear, Dr. P?
I think I will leave my glasses while we go out.
I just shoot a quick glance, and then that's all to Millie, and then let's go out, ladies.
All right, you hit the town in style, slow motion of you walking down the boulevard. There's theaters, there's speakeasies, there's clubs. It's the kind of thing where you go into a juice bar and they see the three of you and how stylish you are from head to toe, and the trapdoor in the floor with stairs beneath just opens for you. No code needed. You have a few drinks, you have some dancing, some fun.
Not me.
But no drinks for Joe.
I make that very clear.
No, you aren't drinking anything.
Huh?
You aren't I don't want to. You know what? Never mind. We'll talk about it later.
All right. You want to dance?
Oh, dear. No. But I would like to watch you. Oh, no. I don't know any of the dances. And, like.
It's okay. And I lean in and I go, I know how to lead.
Okay.
And can I roll for like
a big
dance?
jazz band? Yeah, the club you're in has a big brass band on the stage and lots of dancing, lots of booze on the bar, but not everyone has to partake. And please roll. Do you have a skill in dancing? Or you can roll for arts and crafts sometimes. It's added in that section.
I love the idea of anyone looking sees what appears to be perhaps a man and a woman, a masculine and a feminine figure, but the feminine figure is the one leading this dance. It's making me very happy.
Naturally.
Absolutely. This is a joke, but can I use chemistry?
I was gonna say Dex, but no, you can definitely use chemistry.
My Dex is higher.
Well, I was gonna. Yeah.
Yes, as you can tell that like Joe went from like fuming flames on the side of her face to she is flirting with everyone. She is like, her light is back on. She is out. It's like, I'm gonna forget about my ex and this is gonna be like, it's that kind of energy. And she is definitely like she is flirting with you and she is not making it subtle. That is a 44, so that is a success.
All right. You get the attention of everyone in this bar. And there are people sitting in booths, people on the dance floor itself have started a circle around you two because you know what you're doing. You lead for a reason.
Yep. Just follow me.
Everyone's looking at us though.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it
I'm
great?
not wearing my glasses. No.
Then don't think about them. Dancing is right here.
Oh, okay.
Just
This is nice, but I want you to know that I do notice that you're looking at everyone this way.
Yes, but that's what I love to do.
Okay. I am having a nice time. Thank you for asking me to dance.
You're welcome. Thank you for dancing with me.
You're
a very good dancer. I mean, you got good gams, girl. And then she just immediately like leaves you on the dance floor to get water. She's like sweating and she's like undone her tie and like
just like as everyone like, and then just goes back over to Millie.
During the song, this big brass number, there was a saxophone solo, and after the solo, people gently applauded, and you hear the band leader say, "Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Art Mills." And after the song ends, Art Mills also goes to the watering station and pulls you aside, Joe, and says, "I saw you dancing out there. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn to do that?"
Oh, boarding school.
Well, maybe that's why I never met no girls from no boarding school. I mean,
hey, and she kind of elbows, and says, "Thanks for providing a pretty good tune."
well, I've been playing in this club and pretty much every club in this city I've played in for the past 20 years, so it's my
amazing.
pleasure.
Hey, I'm Joe.
Art. You can call me Artie.
Hey, Artie.
Yeah.
So you from New York? This is my first time. My friends are showing me around and
Born and raised in Harlem.
Oh, great. I've heard of that.
You don't know where Harlem is?
No. All through school, never looked at a single map of the United States. My interests were slightly abroad, as it were.
Wow, you traveled around the world?
As far as I could get.
Man, I've been a scrapper all my life. I mean, my mother would faint if I told her I was thinking about leaving the country.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Your mama's still around?
Oh, of course. I go to dinner every Sunday.
Oh, that's a good mama.
You
gotta meet my friend Millie. Would you want to have a drink? I'll buy you a drink.
He looks over at your table and says, "Those your friends?"
Yeah. That's Millie and that's Dr. P.
He tips his hat a little towards your table as they see you looking at him, and I would absolutely love to buy a drink for you and your friends. Or he sees your water glass, or for your friends.
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't worry. I gave it up about 2 months ago. 2 months ago, coming up in a few days.
Talk about it with a stranger.
Hey,
not us.
I handed you the flask. You don't know. No, you tell your secrets to the bathroom line. You don't tell your secrets to the people you know.
Fair enough.
Very true. He is very well dressed in a jacket, collar, tie. He's got his sleeves rolled up, and he keeps his hair closely cropped. He's an African-American man with a very trimmed mustache. And he comes over and introduces himself to your table. Millie, he, if you don't resist, kisses your hand.
Oh, she'll allow that, but she's going to be super intentional about not speaking and doing all of her flirting and all of her power plays through eye contact. It's going to be all eye contact, body language, shirt slipping off of the blouse, things of that nature. But she's not going to speak to him. She's not even going to announce her name. She probably couldn't be heard over the music anyway.
Oh, don't worry. I whisper in his ear, this is Dr. P. Shakes your hand. And this is Miss Millie, a particular favorite. And she's wingmanning for you. This is not...
As he shakes Peterson's hand, I saw you dancing as well. Fancy footwork you have there.
I sit down next to Peterson.
He tries to still make small talk with the other two, but is making unbroken eye contact with Millie while doing it the whole time. It's like eyebrows are having a conversation. Yeah.
The whole time. She'll smirk as a response, or she'll grimace as a response, but she's like, "Oh, we're playing this game. I've got all night, babe. Let's do it."
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I know that they said your name, but I was distracted when they did dancing. What was your name again?
Well, I'm Mr. Art Mills.
Art Mills.
a jazz musician.
It's a pleasure.
I was playing saxophone here tonight, but I also played trumpet.
Yes. I enjoy the trumpet.
Well, as do I. Perhaps you could come see me another night. I'll be playing.
So you're good with wind instruments.
I heard trumpets are good kissers.
That's a fact, lady.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, but that's what
you never kissed a trumpeter?
No.
Well,
you ever kissed a trumpet?
No.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna say that Joe takes your hand. She can tell you're getting nervous, and she's poking fun at you. And nope, I'm gonna take your hand and give it a squeeze. I'm like, you're good.
The night goes on with hand holding under the table and unbroken eye contact above the table. And by the end of the night, after Art had to go back up and played, but is still watching your table and sending drinks on the band tab over to the table all night long. And he asked the bartender, when he sees the three of you get up, to pass his number to you. So you have a scrap of paper with a phone number for Art Mills, the musician. As you wake up in the next morning, you go about your day.
Great guy.
You seem
a great guy.
Nice. What did you think, Millie, about Art? Oh,
musicians.
Yeah.
I've dated them. Don't trust them. You know.
Hey, we're not gonna be here that long.
Yes, good point. Good point. You could just do some research and see if he upholds the theory that you have regarding musicians.
We can call it some independent research.
All right. So is there anything you would like to do before you go to your meeting at the Chelsea Hotel with Jackson Elias?
No, I think Joe's
think
just like
so.
spent all morning making a list of things she wants to do in New York before she inevitably like screws up to the point where she like can't go out anymore, like before she gets like a black eye or something. You know, I think she's like planning like, oh yeah, we're gonna get like Art was saying there's like a hotel. I want to have lunch with his mom on Sunday. Like there's like a bunch of so she's just like up and in a very good mood.
He definitely invited you to Sunday brunch, and through the number, he said he'd give you the address.
Because I invited myself.
You'll just see like Peterson's definitely all glassed up. Like the first, like as soon as they get back to the room, puts the glasses immediately back on, and then the next morning, immediately, like you haven't seen Peterson without the glasses since that moment.
Yeah. Morning, P.
What do the glasses symbolize there?
It's a bit of a I guess if I were to analyze myself in a logical way, I would say it was perhaps a defense mechanism of some sort, like a shield, a mask, if you will. Something I feel safe behind it, looking through the world, looking at the world through the glasses makes me feel safe because I don't have to actually be myself.
All right. You head as the sun sets, or rather it set hours ago because it's January in New York. It's a freezing January night as you walk the several blocks into this hotel in the Manhattan neighborhood. It's on West 23rd Street. And I believe... I don't know what street you're on. It's a 12-story red brick edifice with a magnificent staircase. It was built as an apartment first, but reopened as a hotel. And a lot of the guests here are still long-term residents. You can see people have decorated their doors in a way that sort of gives you that feeling. And you were given the room number 410. Do you make your way up?
Yeah, we'll just go right there. Right on up if everyone's fine with that.
Yeah, for sure.
You walk up 4 flights of stairs, and as you do, it seems
Peterson is
almost
winded.
too quiet here.
Just letting you know that Peterson is winded from 4 flights of stairs.
Fair. As you make it up to the 4th floor, find room number 10. Do you knock? Do you just try and open the door?
Let's see if it's unlocked. He was expecting us.
He's going to knock. But
Joe.
it's polite to
It
to
is.
knock.
As
I
Joe
said
reaches for the door, if you did so, you do find it is locked.
All right, see, it's locked. Now we know, and now we knock.
It sounds like
Joe.
you hear feet and you hear like a muffled whisper inside.
I'll knock.
Joe went to put her ear against the door to listen.
Right, she
and
does. Peterson
And
just
Peterson's
knocks,
like,
and
well,
she's
anyway.
Fair. And just backs away.
If he has a guess, I want him to know we're here. It's only polite.
I know, I'm used to snooping. It's good for the job.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get in the way.
No, it's fair. It's fair. This is our friend.
Sorry.
As soon as the loud knocks occur, whatever sounds you heard immediately stop. You hear absolutely nothing on the other side of this door. What does Millie want to do?
Well, that's borderline concerning. Everything stopped? Like all noise?
You don't hear anything coming from the door. After the knock, if Joe put her ear up, there's nothing.
Okay, Joe, perhaps this time you were actually, and she's already fishing into one of her pockets
cool.
to
You
start
don't
working
have
on
to-
that lock.
You don't have to.
Oh.
Yeah,
Of course, the renowned pickpocket has locksmithing tools, I imagine.
Of course.
Then we just
Never leave home without those.
All
just
right.
call his name. Let him know who's on the other side of the door. Why are we? We're just gonna break in.
No, we're not breaking in. We're just affirming that everything is okay. And
Go
she's
ahead,
still
go
going
ahead.
after the lock.
Go ahead. Say who's here.
For the record, I'm uncomfortable with this, but I won't stop you.
How did your locksmith roll go?
Regular success.
The door pops open. And as you push it open, you see a horrifying scene. You see a man standing right in front of the door holding a gun. You see a body lying on the bed covered in blood. And you see 2 other men standing in the room, one over your friend's body with a strange, elaborate, multi-pronged knife in his hand, and the other opening up the window with papers in his hand.
I step in front of Peterson and go for the gun.
You go for your gun?
No, their gun. The gun that's being pointed at us. You said there's a man standing in the door with a gun at us?
That's right.
Yeah, I'm doing the close, too close to I'm closing the distance and stepping in front in an attempt to wrestle the gun away. Yeah.
You know what? Retcon. I was going off this picture. They are holding a knife. All 3 of them are holding knives.
Okay.
You are welcome to reach for that knife.
I know how to disarm a knife fight. I've been in plenty.
And then let's go in dexterity order. That's going to be Millie and then Peterson and then Joe. But because I would say Millie had to be in front.
Yeah.
Because she was getting the door open.
Peterson
but all
is
3 of
way
you were
back
right there.
because
Okay, yeah.
They didn't want to be associated with this breaking in thing. So I'm against the wall of the hall. You know what I mean? I'm just across the hall from what's happening.
Yeah, I'd say that Joe is side by side with Millie, so you're very close and can act quickly as well. But they did know that you were there because of the knock. So
Sorry.
let me quickly.
Just because I'm right once doesn't mean I'm right always.
But the first to act is going to be Millie.
So if Millie was in a squatting position, the door popped up as she's standing up and she sees this horrible scene. You say there's a gentleman right in front of us with a knife?
Yes.
Is there any way, one of two things, depending on the logistics of this door, is there any way that she can hit him or collapse his arm or his wrist with the door with enough force to make him drop it or do damage?
Yeah.
And if not, her goal would just be to get around him.
Absolutely, you can slam that door into him.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and resolve that, unless anybody's shooting a gun right now.
No, I was going to pull my gun out, but I was not going to shoot it.
All right.
Was more, yeah.
You pull your gun out and you are ready should you choose to fire on your turn. And Millie, give me a roll. I think it's just going to be straight strength, not brawling, because you are just throwing your full weight. You are already holding the doorknob and you're flinging it open because he is standing sort of behind it.
Sounds good. Oh, that's an odd 4. It's an extreme.
Oh, okay. Give me a roll for how much damage would a door do? I think that is a D6.
So 3 points.
All right. He stumbles backwards as he reaches for his face. He has this huge knife, which has kind of like a butcher knife side and then a smaller dagger side. It's got like 3 knives or 3 different sharp points on one handle. And you see it when he reaches up and grabs his nose, which is now bleeding. Next to act is the man at the window, and he gets the window open, shoves it up, says, "Get out of here now!" And he jumps onto the fire escape outside the window, and you hear his feet starting to pound down the steps, the metal steps of the fire escape ladder. What does... I believe Peterson is next. Do you have 65 dexterity?
Yes, I believe. Yes, I do.
All right, you're next up. But you are behind. So if you wanted to hold your action, we can do Joe first. Because she's standing in front of you.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Either way, I'm good.
All I want to do is like threaten them with the gun to try and get them to not go anywhere, basically. So,
roll for intimidate. I'm going to need an extreme success.
Okay. I'm going to go, everyone stay right where you are. I rolled a 32. What's my intimidate?
Oh, come on. You needed a 10.
No! Where is it on here? I know you're right, but where's the... Oh,
they're alphabetical.
Yeah. It's a regular success. Not a hard or an extreme.
You do see the man holding a knife over your friend's body who is just has been rifling through the pockets, the suit pockets of the man that you love dearly as a friend whose body is lying on this bed. And he looks up when you say that and he steps backwards towards the window.
Okay.
But he does reach out towards the desk and grab more of the paperwork that was sitting there.
Oh.
Okay.
Joe.
Peterson's got a gun. Millie's so capable. Joe bolts back down the stairs as quick as she can in an attempt to get behind the building where the fire escapes are. She's like, I want to get to the stairs and then find like the emergency exit to the escape so that I can chase down those papers.
Absolutely. Oh, that's great. Okay. We'll see how fast you get there in a moment.
Yeah.
Let's see. The guy who is standing right in front of the doorway is feeling very angry now that he sees his own blood on his hands. Though he did have the blood of Jackson on his hands as well, dripping from his knife. And he looks up at you, Millie, and he slashes with the knife. I was really ready with my dice, wasn't I? Give me D10s. All right.
Well, I don't think you have enough of them there, though. Like, you probably need to.
Just a few more.
Millie, please give me a dodge roll.
Can I opt to fight back? Am I able to do that this round?
Yes, you absolutely could brawl instead.
So she's going to make some smart comment that he may or may not hear. Something like red's a good color on you. And that might get lost in all the commotion, but she's going to do her fight back. It's just a regular success.
Yes, you are able to grab onto his arm, or describe to me how you deflect this knife coming at you.
Right now we're playing door chess. So knife comes out, it's like, oh, red's a nice color on you, and we're going to do the same thing with the door.
Excellent. The door kind of is behind him now, and so hits him in the butt. He actually goes past you and misses you completely as he stumbles out into the hallway. And you say red's a nice color in relation to the blood, but in that moment you notice he has a wrapping around his head, a headdress that has a strip of red fabric, different than the kind of cream colored fabric of the rest of the headdress. This strip of red fabric hangs down. It's got kind of a tartan pattern, and it looks like it was just ripped off of another garment. It's got a frayed edge on it. And you notice that the other men have something similar hanging from the front of their heads.
Just kind of going through and I'm going to have to just run and get another bottle of water real fast. Rolling through my criminal Rolodex, red headdress, scarf, and a unique knife like that. Does that ping anything for me, even if it's geographical?
Yeah, grab water, and then
awesome.
we'll have you roll when you get back.
BRB, sorry guys.
No, you're good. Take care of your throat. All right. Let's see. I need a roll for, I think that dexterity is going to tell us how fast Joe gets down these stairs.
Okay.
And what is Peterson doing?
Peterson, as Joe has gone past Peterson, that spot is now open in the doorway. So Peterson is going to come right up to this guy in the doorway who is trying to attack Millie and put the gun right against his head and say, and basically be like, if stop, I'm a doctor, but I will shoot you in the head right now.
Roll for intimidate.
Be more intimidating than we were. Come on. 17.
Incredible.
Guns do the talking, not Peterson.
He drops this strange knife-like thing and steps backward into the room, hands up.
Good. Okay.
And he keeps walking backwards further into the room. And let's have Millie roll whenever you're ready to give me an occult roll.
Ooh, occult. Fancy. Nah, 66.
You think that like it's a headdress that looks like it's taken from a lot of different cultures, but it doesn't like spark with you. This is specifically this region. Right. Joe, did you roll for Dex?
I did. I got a hard success.
Nice. Amazing. All right. You hit the lobby. You just walked out here. You were surveying the building on your way, and you know that there was an alleyway in from the street. And as you run towards it, you see the fire escape, and you see coming down from the 4th floor on the fire escape ladder that the first of these men is on the 2nd floor or so.
Okay. I'm going to run to hide behind a dumpster so that I can get a surprise tackle on the man with the papers.
Awesome. You'll get to act first when he comes down. You can have a bonus die as well.
Right.
So Peterson and Millie, you have this man, he got hit with the door twice, and actually I think he's gonna take another damage because the door hit him on the backside too, and now he's backed up into the room looking at you afraid. The man who had been standing over the body has gotten closer to the window, trying to go the way that their first friend to escape the room went. And the cold night air is blowing in through the thin curtains that are waving wildly. And some snow has gotten in around the windowsill where their footprints are. And the papers that were on the desk are sort of floating wildly as well.
And so it's just these two in the room. Guy who's grabbed the papers is closer to the window.
And actually, the gentleman who grabbed the papers now has a chance to act. But I think instead of, he's just going to dash for the fire escape as well. And he's right about in the window. Let's see, who are we at now? Back to Millie.
It's Millie?
Yeah, because you intimidated him. Actually, if Peterson wants to ask anything to this person that you have severely intimidated and who has dropped his weapon and backed up with his hands up, you can do so.
Nice.
I'll say, who are you?
We serve something greater than you could ever understand.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
something in my throat. No, just kidding.
I mean, we serve something greater than you can ever understand.
Don't mock us. The bloody tongue will come for you as well.
Why are you here? I probably can't get that in, but yeah.
He continues to step backwards closer and closer to the window. And
wait, but trying to get him to go into the court against the wall.
On that hard success, he does step away from the window towards the corner, but against that same wall the window's on. So it's still not too far away from him. But he listens to you. He is scared of your gun. You can't do anything now. He's gone. And you shouldn't follow what he was following, or you'll end up like he did.
Yeah, I've heard that before too.
You've heard it all, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I went to Princeton.
T-shirt. Put it on a t-shirt.
Yes, you've heard of it. Wait, you've heard of it.
You said you were a doctor, but I didn't think that they had a doctoral program.
It's very secretive.
Anyway, not as secretive as what we are a part of. Who knows, maybe your face will become a part of it someday, too. He just laughs wildly and dives for the window.
Oh.
Do you fire? As you decide whether or not...
I can't.
What does Millie do before we go to Joe in the alleyway?
I stepped away. So there's two gentlemen still left in the room, correct?
Yes, but they
Dude
are
that I
both
double
moving...
hit with the door, and then the sass talker that's jumping out the window.
Yes.
Has he made it out of the window yet?
Well, the sass talker is the one that you hit with the door.
Got it. Okay.
The other one, the second one is out the window now. The one who you saw last standing over the body. But it does seem to have multiple stab wounds if you glance over at Elias lying on the bed.
On the bed. So one gentleman in the room right now.
Yes.
Okay. Well, going out into a New York cold with a sore throat is not going to be a good look for her. So she's going to try to weaponize a chair if she can. The same dude she's hit a couple of times, or whomever's left in the room, she's just going to try to smash him with a chair to keep him in the room and here.
Hell yeah. All right. Give me a fighting brawl roll.
5.
Amazing. That's an extreme success. You grab the desk chair, a wooden chair, sturdily built of heavy solid wood. You pick it up and slam it over his head. He sees it coming, but he's at the gunpoint, or he started to dive for the window. So actually he doesn't see it coming. You grab the chair as he dives away from Peter's gun, and he smashes to the ground along with the broken wooden bits. And you'll have him to do with what you like in just a moment. Joe, you are in the alleyway, and the first of these murderers has jumped down the last floor onto a dumpster and onto the ground, and it doesn't see you hidden on the other side as they run out.
The moment his ankles land on that dumpster that I'm hiding behind, Penny's taught me a few places that you shouldn't get cut. And I go to slice his Achilles heel. Have fun running, buddy.
What kind of a knife do you have?
I have my butterfly knife.
Of course. All right. Give me. He doesn't see this coming. But I do need you to roll for butterfly knife. Yes, with bonus die. He's not going to dodge because he can't see you.
Okay, not bad.
Or rather, I'll give him a chance at spot hidden.
Miss it.
What did you roll?
Roll a 9.
Incredible. That's almost an extreme success if you spend 1 luck.
You're right. I freaking do. Absolutely, I do.
Then I'm going to grant that you do maximum damage.
Okay. That's 6 points of damage.
Tendon roll up the back of his leg.
You grab and you cut through a worn stocking sock, thin worn sock above the top of his shoe, and you slice through both ankles as he lands in a sort of, on both feet and pauses for a moment to get his balance. That's the moment you choose to slash through both ankles as blood spurts out, and you see this tendon, sort of like the white of the tendon, flopping like a tiny fish on the back of his ankles as he is immediately taken off his feet. And at first there's no sound at all until you hear this guttural cry of absolute pain. And then a bit of a laugh. I knew this would come. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Give me the papers, you creep.
He takes his knife, this jagged hooked thing, and holds them up, in the knife in one hand and the papers in the other, as he stuffs them into his mouth quickly. They are there's several papers here of various types and thicknesses, but he tries to just chew them up as fast as he can as he takes his knife and says, "For the bloody tongue," and stabs into his own chest.
Gross. And I just pry open. I'm trying to pry his mouth open to get the papers. There can't be that many papers fitting in there.
He uses his last bit of strength to try and chew up what he can and swallow.
I'm just slapping him, let go, let go. Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it.
You see a matchbook is one of them. They seem like just trash. What is he doing? And then you're able to get the papers out of his mouth, and we're back in the hotel room. There is one man on the top of the fire escape that saw what just happened to his friend and is sort of frozen. And then there is one who has been incapacitated by a chair to the back.
You going up or down, idiot?
Oh, tell me I can hear that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. It reverberates off the brick walls up this alley. You all have the upper hand. What would you like to do to these? To specifically in the room.
I know that as soon as the chair hit the one guy, Peterson is going to run over to Jax and Elias and start triaging. Because it seems like the immediate threat is somewhat subdued. And so just immediately seen, is Jackson dead? Can wounds be patched? How much blood has been lost? What's the situation here?
Roll for medicine, but I will tell you, when you walk over to the bed, you see he's lying back. His eyes are so wide. You see the whites surrounding the entire iris. He's not blinking. He's just staring up. But he has a slight look of serenity on his face, even though his torso has been ripped apart with the serrated 3-pronged knives that you saw. Multiple stab wounds that tore open the skin, and his intestines are visible and partially outside his body. What was your medicine roll?
Well, it was a 17, which is 3 points away from an extreme success. So that's a hard success. But if he looks that bad, I think Peterson would not probably spend any luck to, like, he's a goner. So it's
Spend
just
the luck.
about what? Spend it? I was going to say, it's just about talking to him, making him last as
never
long
give
as
up
possible.
on a patient.
Well, sometimes you have to be practical. Look, okay. I will spend 3 points of my luck. I have a very small amount to just keep him lasting as long as possible, make him comfortable, and figure out what is going on and talk to my friend. So I will spend my 3 points of luck to make it an extreme success.
You do. And Millie, you're watching all this happen as Peterson,
I'm
Penny...
like gathering up the intestine. This is so gross. I'm like gathering them up and kind of holding them back into place, and like just like wherever the most blood is coming out, like I'll take my vest off and like ball it up and like push it against like whatever, or bedclothes. Bedclothes are probably they're more accessible. I will take the bedclothes and just like stop the bleeding as much as I can.
You do so, and as you do...
Jackson, it's me. It's Peterson.
My friend.
It's Peterson, what has happened? What's happened? You're gonna be okay. We're going to get you help, Jackson.
Do.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Take a breath.
Sorry.
What? Say it again. Just take your time.
Dari. Dari. Dari.
Is that what you wanted to bring us here for?
Tongue.
Yes.
Everywhere.
The tongue is everywhere. It's okay. Is there anything in my bag I could give him that would ease his... I've got morphine or something in my bag, right? Like, can I give him just enough to try and ease his pain?
Yeah.
I don't want to like make him super loopy, because I selfishly want to get information out of him. I want to keep him lucid as much as I can, but I don't want him to be... I want to ease his pain.
You can tell he is dying, and there is no...
Yeah.
You've put your hands on his organs, and they are... ripped apart by the serration of this knife. But you do give him morphine, and you see that his wide eyes start to close.
It's okay, Jackson. It's okay. Take your time. It's all right. What do you need to tell me?
Stop the end of the world. Carlyle is key.
Is Carlyle alive?
So glad my friends are here. And he looks over to Millie too.
We're here, Jackson. I'll put my hands on either side of his face.
His eyes close, and the gasping sound he was making stops.
Can I look at what time is it? Can I look at my watch? It's like what? Probably like 8:05 or something.
8:05 p.m.
So I will pull out my journal and just kind of to myself, I'll put, Peterson puts their glasses back on, and just in their journal will say, Jackson Elias, time of death, 8:05 p.m.
Keeper, can I make a sand check for that? Because Bridget's not okay.
Yeah, please, Peterson as well. Millie and Peterson both make a sand check.
Barely.
I fail it.
You lose 1 point of sanity. Because you've seen people die before, but never your friend. And never when you know a few minutes could have made all the difference. Well, we still got more show to do, but...
If I hadn't knocked on the door.
No.
Joe.
In this moment of like obviously extreme distress, Peterson will make a note, don't knock. On their time of death.
Millie, you yeah, Peterson does so. Millie, you with your successful sanity roll realize that these were 3 mercenaries or zealots or whatever, and they were here with weapons to do a job. And you don't think that, you think that you did everything you could for Jackson, unless you showed up, a day early.
I mean, we did.
You did everything you could to let him see familiar faces of people he cares about in his last seconds. And that comforts you.
Okay.
God, Joe wants to talk to you guys so bad.
But Joe is staring at the man hesitantly coming down the fire escape, but in the distance, the sound of police sirens can be heard approaching closer, and he runs towards you with his knife up. And
from above?
Not like jumping at you. He's running down the fire escape, but he's wielding his knife and looking straight at you.
I undo the stoppers on the garbage can, that the big garbage thing that they jumped down on, and I just roll it out from under the fire escape. He's got to make quite a long jump if he's gonna plan on landing anywhere. And I'm just standing above his friend's dead body with zero remorse, with the papers like shoved in several pockets. And I have, if you'll let me, I would like to have picked up his disgusting knife that killed my friend. Or I assume he's already dead, as I've seen the dead body. And if he isn't, then that's because Peterson's upstairs, is all she's thinking. He's okay because Peterson's upstairs.
You grab the knife, a panga or panga, and Millie would know this based on her research, and you are facing this person. He looks at you on the first level of the fire escape as you slide the way down. It seems that the ladder to the final level is stuck, or there's the padlock on it, and he makes the jump successfully. And let's see, what is your dexterity?
60.
He slashes at you more quickly. Even though you were expecting him, you had turned around, you would grab the other knife, and he was already down and jumping, and he slashes at you. Do you want to slash back in return, or you want to dodge this first one?
No one is getting away. They're either being arrested or they're meeting some friends somewhere else.
Give me a fighting brawl. Or sorry, you can use your butterfly knife skill with this weapon.
Thank you. Well, because I've got both out. I'm like dual wielding right now. Because forensics don't exist in this. When forensics come into play, there's no fingerprinting or things like that. I don't know. I feel like this is I think this is still the. I know. I'm like, I feel like this is still the time when people were like, "Ew, there's the killer's blood. Gross. Mop it up." Yeah, that joke. That wonderful joke. Okay, what did you get?
They did have fingerprints then, but we'll see.
Well, I just didn't know what the like extreme there are witnesses to who the killer is. The murder weapon is not,
He did not succeed. Did you succeed?
I did succeed. I got a 30.
Okay. This knife. Oh shoot. It's gonna be 1d4 plus 2, the same as your butterfly knife, but you see, because you have experience with knives, that it could cause additional damage with the removal of the knife.
Yeah,
because
it's got barbs.
It's tearing damage.
Yeah, it's like an arrow.
Yeah. So let's see. Give me a d4 plus 2.
Okay. Oh my God, do I not have? I don't have a d4 anywhere on my anywhere. Okay, wait.
I can roll one for you.
Thank you. Oh, a 2, so a 4. I got a.
All right, and then give me one more roll with the knife to see if you're able, if he like leaves it in, or if you're able to rip it back out.
27. That's a success.
You rip it back out and do another. Do you have the D4 handy now?
Yes, I do.
Roll it again.
Wow.
No, that's a 5.
On a D4?
No, with the plus 2, right?
Okay.
I'm giving you the total.
Thank you.
Yes. That's a pretty special D4.
That's a special D4, honey.
He falls to the ground unconscious.
Great. I start ruffling through his clothes to see what he stole. If he stole anything else that looks like it belongs to Jackson, or this bloody tongue garbage.
You do. You find a photograph, a blurry photograph. Let me show viewers of boats, sailboats. Just a blurry photo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
just a
also in his
photo.
pocket, just a blurry photo. Also in his pocket, you find the same pocket. It was crumpled in the shape of a fist in the same way, along with the photograph. So it had been the things that you saw him grab and stuff in his pocket just from the desk. You also see a business card. It says Emerson Imports, and something written on the back.
Silas.
M. Kawane.
Huh.
In
I don't know Silas. Okay. I think now that she's got this and there's no screaming from the window above, so she knows and there's no more bad guys coming down. She kind of straightens everything, kind of tries to wipe some of the blood off of her new jacket, and then has everything, looks at these people, and then just leaves them to bleed in the alley, and goes back upstairs. There's cops coming.
I'm gonna say that the the fire escape was so much jostling. It and the weight, it's kind of rickety, and at this point the stuck ladder to the ground just starts falling down. It nearly misses you, but your friends are right at the top of that ladder.
Okay, I get it. I'll go the faster route. Jeez. She just talks to the universe as it were, and then starts climbing up the thing.
The universe or the keeper of arcane lore, or whichever is closer. Yeah.
What's the difference? The keeper of my life.
And then you peek in the window as you see a private moment happening. It's very quiet in the room, except for the sound of approaching sirens that follows from behind your head, Joe.
Yeah, I think since everything was happening simultaneously, I'm probably arriving as you're writing down the time of death to yourself, and the moment has already passed, and Joe missed it. Hey, I got
And Millie just looks at you and just like she's got that thin film of gloss over her eyes. Her tear ducts are full, and she just.
I'll just say, I think I got blood on my journal. I should wash my hands.
There is a private bath in this room.
And I'm just gonna go into the bathroom and wash my hands.
The sound of sirens.
Here, right?
Yeah, I was like, is there still a dude?
He's kind of coming to. He was hit so hard with a solid wooden chair. His head is spinning and he's on the ground. He seems to be staying there. If it's a lack of knowing what to do because he glances up and sees Joe, maybe he's playing dead a little bit. And the sirens are extremely close now. They sound like they've just turned onto this street. Are you going to stay here and be found, or are you going to leave?
I think this is Millie already said, like, gave her the like, no, we don't do Joe things right now. Like, look. And so she's like sat down with like the intention of bodyguarding this body in case he decides to try something, and is just like waiting like a 12-year-old all of a sudden, just like okay.
I will come back out of the bathroom having very quickly washed my hands, and said, we need to pick up that knife there, because one of them had dropped the knife on the floor, the one who was by the door. Put it in my bag, and I will just very quickly look at the desk and see if there's anything that looks important in Jackson's stuff. And as I'm doing that, I say, I'm going to see if Jackson had anything he would want us to have, and then we need to go now.
You look through his stuff? Okay, great. Mm-hmm. Joe, so you took the weapon off the first guy, the Achilles heel guy, and you stabbed the second guy.
Yeah, and then I searched the second guy.
What did you do with the knives, the pangas?
I would have taken them just in case, because he was not, he still had a pulse, which means you don't get a weapon.
Got it. Okay.
I live by scary movie rules.
You took his weapon, and you have a total of 5 paper items in your possession, 2 of which you looked at.
I think Joe like kind of displays them with like silently as like a comfort, like, Joe did a good job, don't worry. Like to Peterson is like, I got like, it's just kind of like showing you the pieces, like just from while you're collecting things, like a knife, boats, and like, just so you know that she got everything downstairs and the fire escape is ready when we want to bolt.
There is one thing that Peterson noticed when examining Elias that I forgot to mention earlier, that is a marking that was carved into his forehead.
I hate this.
No. So disrespectful.
Oh, God. Well, he was still alive?
Yeah.
It is extremely disrespectful. This marking looks like of the knife. There's the elongated part, and then there's the smaller part. It looks like it was made with a knife, a smaller one, obviously. It is, for people podcast listening or, in that style, it's like 2 crescent moons on the left and right. And in the middle, there are kind of like seed-shaped pods coming in the shape of a star.
Yeah.
Is that how you all? Any other?
It.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there anything on the desk that looks like? Did it look like does it look like when I like look very quickly at his stuff that they had grabbed all the important things, or is there anything else that I notice? And even to the effect of, I know we need to get out of here quick. So if there's even anything on the desk, maybe I grab my bag and I just shove it all in my whatever can fit in my medical bag and we go, unless it looks like they've taken everything when they grabbed it and went out the fire escape.
There is a manila folder that is open and empty that it says Carlyle on it. And then there are papers strewn about. There's a couple on the floor, one on the desk still. You grab them all up. And then the other ones had been in the pockets of the ones that Joe grabbed.
Can I do a spot hidden check in case, since Jackson, clearly he knew secrets now and like was not expecting an ambush if he had given us a future time to meet him, but may have like hidden something in this room with the intention of if something happened to him, at least an investigator might find it.
You can roll.
Okay. Like it doesn't, yeah, like even if it's not to the case, even if it's like something personal. 22. That is a hard success.
You find not his writing journal, not the sort of manuscripts for his cult documentation that he would say give to a publisher, but you do find a small personal journal under the pillow.
I tuck that away.
No,
actually, I don't tuck that away. I immediately just while Peterson's back is like rummaging through desks and pouring things in, she just slips that in for her so that she can read that.
Fun fact, I was accidentally showing viewers at home a lot of the handouts you haven't seen yet.
Well, we didn't see them.
Well, you know, they know that there's going to be mention of murder in the newspaper tomorrow. My bad.
Millie is kind of suspended in time right now. There's a bad guy obviously on the floor that might be playing chicken or dead or whatever he's doing, but like Jackson being eviscerated and then like the weird or scarring on his forehead that somebody carved into him. So it's like she's sitting on the bed. And sorry if my voice is annoying, guys. Sorry.
No, you sound not at all.
Sorry.
You sound distraught.
Good, because that's how Bridgett and Millie feels.
Oh.
So Millie is sitting on the bed, and it's almost like that imagery where you have the one person sitting still and everything is moving very fast around them. So like Peterson is grabbing documents and Joe is pulling out diaries and slipping them in, and just Millie is just staring at what's left of Jackson. And she just says to him really softly in Creole, like, you deserved a lot better than this. And then she'll say something to the effect of like, Nana, you've got a good one coming. And then she'll just make sure his eyes are shut.
She does, though. All three of you hear the sound of boots pounding up the interior of the building, and there are blue and red lights flashing against the red brick outside the window. Are you staying or are you going?
We have to go.
Yeah, we're leaving.
She's gonna motion that dude on the ground, like,
oh, he's staying. He's gonna get in trouble for this.
Give me a second.
Listen, unless you think we should stay and tell the police this is the one who did it. I just washed blood off my hands, though I am a medical doctor. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do is.
I'm gonna tie him up with the sheet. I'm gonna like wrap him and tie him. And I'm gonna take one of the random papers that didn't have anything on it, and I'm gonna scribble, I am a disgusting murderer.
You're Batman right now.
I'm a disgusting murderer. I killed Jackson Elias, just to give police even more to quickly like sort of start informing his family and all of that jazz. My two accomplices are out the window. We're stopped by friends of Elias, and Joe's going to put her contact information only for incoming detective, and pins it to his chest with a pen.
Note sent home from school.
Yeah, I like pick up a pen and I like stab it into his shoulder, so that this note sticks to him.
He cries out in pain as you stab this note to his shoulder. and finally say to whatever detective, as you're narrating what you're scribbling, the door opens and you hear a husky voice say,
It took too long.
"The detectives are here."
I turn around and say, excuse me.
And that is where we will leave our tour for the evening.
Get out of there.
Before we do, I'm just going to quickly share our incredible character art, which you may have seen when I was showing that map on Roll20 that I may or may not have wanted to be showing at various times throughout the night. First, we're showing the Joe Reeves character. These are all by Art _and_ audio. Paula Halpern, who's in chat right now and is absolutely incredible and did these incredible drawings. Oh, let me show you the next one. We've got Joe Reeves looking tough with a cigar. We've got the whole scenario, and Millie Green with her gree. And of course, Peterson Langley with his medical bag. And they're really incredible. Really love the art.
They're amazing.
Yeah,
So
thank you,
cute.
Paula, for that artwork. Friends.
There's never two Paulas in a room together. Hi, Paula.
I know. It blew my mind. I now know two very cool Paulas.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, friends, that is all for this first installment of Massive Nyarlathotep in America, which is chapter 1. And we will be back next week, same time, same place. That's 5 p.m. Pacific, or you can catch it on YouTube later. And well, friends, if you want to see what these three thought about what has just occurred, you'll have to check out our after show talk back at patreon.com/goodtimesociety. And thanks one more time to our fantastic sponsors, Chaosium. Go to chaosium.com and use our offer code CALYXS3 for season 3. And that is going to get you 10% off your whole order, but you can only use it one time until we give you a new fancy code. So use it wisely. Let's just do a quick sign off, starting with Bridgett.
Good night.
Gina.
Good night.
And Paula.
Rest in peace, Jackson Elias.
We will see what happens next. Will they avenge the murder of Jackson Elias? Will they follow these leads? Will they follow in the footsteps of the Carlyle Expedition? There is so much yet to be uncovered. So many handouts I accidentally showed to chat that my players are yet to see. We'll get into it next week. Have a good night.